MAO right now. Good morning to all of you guys. Good morning. All right. So I'm quite sure some of you guys are still waiting. Hey, how come today 8:30 is already there? Okay. All right, guys. Good morning to all of you. Let's start our morning MAO right now. Okay. Let's start it right now. Okay, here we go. Okay, 16th of March 2021. Today is a Super Tuesday. Yes, indeed. Today is our regular Super Tuesday. So guys, if you want to come down to the office, I would love to see you. I will tell you more stuff. If you want to come down, please contact Susan. As long as we have enough seats, I would love to see you, all right? Now, today is a big day because Stimmies are in, question mark, all right? Apparently, it's all right. It seems that the stimulus check is already available, or at least the money is already into some people's trading account or bank account, okay? Why do I say that trading account? Because I'm sure those who have received the money over the weekend, they have already transferred partial of it, if not all of it, to the stock account, in my opinion. And of course, the Wall Street boys are definitely waiting. All right, in my opinion, they are definitely waiting over there. So let me explain to you why I said that, okay? Look at it now, right? Remember this picture at the time, there's Robinhood traders with the 600 Stimmy checks. Now, Stimmy means it's a short form for stimulus, okay? Apparently, this is the word that's being used in the Wall Street now for the Reddit fans. So back then, when the Robinhood traders have this check on hand, they went around to so-called attack the hedge funds, right? And hedge fund actually literally got into trouble. But if you think about this, $600, what can they do, right? But yeah, $600 doesn't do much. But when you combine with a lot of people, that's one reason. And second of all, is right, the market, obviously, someone has started the fire. I don't believe that it's just only the Robinhood traders that made the whole thing. I'm pretty sure someone else came in to instigate this thing. Now, of course, down the thing come back. If $600 can create such a mayhem, then 1,004, double of the check, will that create a bigger movement in the market? So this is what everybody is thinking, and they believe that this will happen. Now, I will say this. Back then, the hedge funds were not ready. Back then itself, right, the boys ain't ready. But if you look carefully, what happened to GME stock later on itself, right, when the hedge fund got themselves ready, the stock price crashed all the way down. Remember that? It was down to almost $40 at one stage from $340. So of course you can argue, but later on from $40, it went back to again $340, right? So what does it take? So my point is this, that is why I say it's very chaotic and it's going to be a mania here. So all I can say is this, if you think that this time around the hedge fund not ready, you're going to be very careful. Because in Wall Street itself, right, there's this thing. Anyone can remember this scene here itself? Anyone can tell me, right, which scene is this? Who is this guy? And what is his role in this movie? Anybody can tell me? Don't run when you lose. Don't whine when it hurts. Oh, I like this quote, all right? Really, really very good quote. Anyone can tell me who is this actor? All right, which movie is he in? And what is his character? This is a very, if you're into the Wall Street movies and if you're reading a lot, this guy is definitely a legend. All right, for any Wall Street traders. Okay, yes, indeed, the movie is Wall Street. I give you the answer. Okay, Wall Street, but Wall Street what? Wall Street 1 or Wall Street 2? Okay, yes, indeed, it was Michael Douglas. Okay, it was Michael Douglas in the Wall Street, but it was Wall Street 2. Okay, and who is he acting? This is a very famous character. All right, very famous character, and this character itself, okay, is the one that basically passed down, and a lot of people use it. Okay, it is. Anyone can tell me his character name? All right. Gecko, yeah, Gordon Gecko, right? Indeed, right. This is what happened in this end. Okay, now you can see that this is really Michael Douglas much earlier in Wall Street 1. In Wall Street 1, he used this quote, and it was a very powerful quote. He said that because they are sheep, and sheep get slaughtered. Okay. Now this is the scene whereby he was talking to the young man, okay, that in the changing room, and telling that what is he doing, why is he doing, and he feel pretty proud of it in a way. So this is why I want to tell you this. You think that the Wall Street is not ready, you are joking. Seriously, you are really, really joking. But again, I would not want to keep on going through this. I just want to tell you that you are my friends, you're my students. That's why I tell you this. right, what this guy did. Okay, Leonardo DiCaprio, he acted the Wolf of Wall Street, right? He says this: of all the drugs under the God blue heaven, there is one that is my absolute favorite, and that is money. Now, seriously, money, greed because of money, and money is the biggest motivator for a lot of people in Wall Street, and obviously like you and me too, right? So when this money is involved, right, seriously, we've seen relationship can be torn apart, right? Family can be, discarded. So what I'm trying to say is when money is involved, seriously, the people will prepare themselves and they'll go for the battle. And I'm telling you this week itself will be the battle royal. This week will be the battle royal. Because apparently itself now science is no longer important. You can see this very good cartoon. I really like this cartoon. This cartoon is really smack in the point. Now this is obviously they are trying to coin Dr. Fauci, if I'm not wrong. It's a caution, slow down, science. Okay, but look at USA, don't care, and it doesn't matter because you know why? I know I saw your caption. I know I saw the warning sign, but come on, man, I'm enjoying myself. There's no need to be worried. And when you do that itself, even there's barrier for you. If you can't stop in time, that's it. That will be everything. All right. So apparently it's all right. This cartoon is brilliant, and I think it speaks all. But of course, again, it's not going to be easy to be accepted because people will not see from that point. All right, it won't see from that point. So guys, all I can say with this is, if science is important, then you know what you're supposed to be doing. Now, yesterday, someone asked me, Kel, hey, how come you don't give any motivational quote? No, it's not that I don't give anymore. It's just that I was using the template for other stuff. So I deleted away last time. So I forget the template. So I remember today. So I give it to you the template. Believe that you make a difference. I think this is very important. If you don't believe in yourself and you don't think that you can achieve the greater height, then seriously, I'm going to put it this way, right? You're going to be like a salted fish hanging there itself, waiting to blow dry and end your life like that. Now, I'm not trying to say that one shouldn't have too high aspiration, but I think you should have something in your life. You shouldn't be any weaker than giving yourself an excuse. You should be stronger than your excuses. That's why for me, I always push myself to the limit. I think that if I can do this good, I'll try to do even better. All right, that is all about trying to be, really push yourself to the limit because life is very short. Don't you agree? So if the life is so short, then why not? Why not? Okay, scale the height. Who knows? You may go to the next level. Okay, so let's us remember this and let's us help each other and make a difference together, shall we? Okay, okay. Hold on. All right, so disclaimer as usual, please make sure that you know your financial status and make sure that you know that whatever I share is based on my personal opinion. If you win money from the market, congratulations to you. If unfortunately my reference, my sharing doesn't yield you anything, I apologize, but I'm not liable. Just do note about that, okay? It's just for you for references, okay? So CDC chief once again, right? CDC chief once again, another COVID surge because if you can remember, it is this time round in spring time, which is the March and April, that is where we saw a sudden surge of people getting the COVID-19 virus. But apparently the market just forgotten about it. It's 12 months already, stock market all-time high. People don't need to worry. So think about this. During the March period this year, all right, the market was crashing down. 1 year later today, the market's at all-time high again. So you see that the market just basically forget whatever happened. To them itself, all this thing has never happened. So now the thing is, there are more and more people now going to the airport because they want to take their spring break. And of course, more people are not putting on their masks. Okay, they're enjoying their festives and maskless according to the Biden administration. So he's saying that please, 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 for the sake of the national health. But the thing is that, people doesn't see that point because anyway, do understand this, only 11% of the population is fully vaccinated. So with the number is still going about 50,000 new infection at the moment now, it's still going to be a very problematic one. But of course, again, if you compare and contrast from 250 per day to 253,000, obviously it's a better figure now, but you know that WHO did do some massaging on the numbers. So again, I will remind you that springtime was the last time when the numbers surge up. So I'm not too sure how you see from here. So we see air travel jumps as vaccination spur vacation booking, all right? Now, and obviously all the stocks that's related to that went even higher, right? that now the airline CEOs are getting optimistic. Now I wonder how Warren Buffett will feel right now. Is he getting, will he kick himself in the ass by saying that, oh, now he have sold off the wrong time, or he knows that this guy has his optimism too a bit too early. So end of the day is this: American Airlines have increased there's an increase of demand. Then also JetBlue Airways also have that. In fact, United also have that. So basically anything that's do with normal economic reopening or industry, anything and everything all have went up. So of course, again, the question is, I thought the COVID-19 is still going on. Apparently, yes. So why are we still buying ahead? Oh, so because the market buy ahead of time? Seriously? Well, I have my doubt lah. But anyway, this is what's happening now. My job is to narrate to you what's happening. And of course, now, today, tomorrow, the Federal Reserve will be doing their meeting. And this is going to be very crucial because the Federal Reserve will release their new economic and interest rate forecast, which will show whether the Federal Reserve is going to expect any rate hike in 2023. So I have something for you later towards the end of this MAO. So if you want to know that particular slide, hold on all the way to the end of MAO, because there will be one segment that I show you about what the market is really pricing in for the Fed rates itself, okay? And of course, interestingly, the last forecast, 5 of the 17 members expected a rate hike in 2023, and only one expected in 2022. That was the last forecast. But apparently, right, the recent increment of the job scope, the employment, and of course, the so-called the reopening of the economy, it seems to change a little bit. And apparently, it's right that it seems that there's shifting of curve. So later on, I'll explain to you more about this potential hike in 2022. This is something interesting, all right? So, but of course, the question is, why am I worried for you guys if you're jumping into the market right now today? The thing is this, look at it. For the ninth month in a row, the foreigners have been buying the US equity. So you don't think that it's only the US Federal Reserve buying equity. I told you before, the foreign funds have been buying a lot of US equity. Now, obviously, you may ask the question, why are they buying? I'm sure during this period of time, I'm pretty sure someone has already slipped some information to all their regional friends to come in to buy some stuff. Can you see that? And then after that, when they are buying and buying and buying before that, then obviously the stock market goes up without no people asking why. Then after that, now they tell you, they spill the bean and tell you, oh, because of the foreigners are buying, then the locals jump in to buy. And then that is where obviously the sheep get slaughtered. So that is my point. So someone probably knows that he will win in this election and already slipped in some information to their friends, and their friends have been buying in anticipation because of that. And that's the reason why someone has to push out the 1.9 trillion ASAP, because their friends want to get out. You see, the demand and supply is always like that. Someone has to sell, someone has to buy. So if someone must sell, someone must buy. So how am I going to give the buy to someone? Or the best thing is give back the stock to their own people, right? Don't you agree with me? So what we see is that now the foreign in and out really went wow all the way. This is the highest amount ever since 1980. So 42 years history tell you that we have had the greatest amount of inflow into the US stock market. So again, at this time round, if you want to jump in, I will find it very, very incredible to do that. Okay, if you are jumping in right now at this point now, I think it's going to be pretty incredible. All right, incredible means that, right, in a way, outright silly lah, put it this way. But again, it is your own rights. Okay, so the Stimmies holders are all ready. Right, this lady, she's a 28-year-old actor who recently appeared in NBC. She said that he probably take up half of it to go and invest in stocks. Okay, and obviously all these influencer, they are telling people that, hey, you know what, don't worry, like, just buy. So even people who are involved in other sector, example, this gentleman here, he said they've been buying crypto and stuff for a while, but the Stimmy will help me to pay some bills and put that into investing. So you see, end of the day, no matter what, the bill was supposed to help them to do some stuff, but to help their daily life, but instead of doing that, they are using it for other purposes, which is very clearly they're going to buy into stocks. So if everybody here, the retailer, are buying stocks in anticipation the stock will go higher, then you think, what would the Wall Street do? So there's always something that I always tell people this. If the whole world says a buy, all right, the whole world this time is retailers say a buy, and the retailer don't get what they want, that means someone else is unloading to them. But of course, who knows, because the retailers are buying and the boys are buying, then the stock go even higher to 33,000, 34,000. It is all possible, but I'm just giving you the potential dual side of it. So if the Dow Jones or the US stock market itself continue to go higher, follow through, okay? Just follow through. But if you realize that no matter how much money is being pumped in the system, the market is not moving, then you know that, right, the opposite will happen soon later. All right. So that is the reason why I want you guys to be very careful this week, because insanity has a limit. Look at the way this cartoon try to say. It's telling the bull, oh, shut up and keep eating. So that's why no matter what, you just keep on pumping the bull and making this guy looks, this bull becomes so fat, right? So why is that so? Because they really want people to really, that the bull keep on running. But obviously there will be a point the bull can't take it and it will just drop dead. So that is my point. Every bull market always have this point whereby the bull just cannot eat anymore, and that is where the bull will eventually collapse. So I'm not saying that the market will crash again. I don't say that. I'm just telling you that there's always a limit to insanity, and if you are jumping in right now, in my opinion, you are pretty on the insane part itself. Okay. Right, but of course, what you saw yesterday, the last hour, wow, look at the Dow Jones. The last hour, everything went up. All right, we have all the like S&P, the Dow Jones, the market just literally went up the last half an hour or an hour. So why is that so? Obviously, some people say that, oh, maybe the stimulus checks are in and everybody jumping to buy in the last half an hour or so. There's always such things. We've been seeing this so many times. It become a bit of tiring right now. But surprisingly, the cryptocurrency did not do that. Apparently, the cryptocurrency went up initially in the daytime yesterday, right? Then after that, it fizzled out at the top and pulled back. So Ripple, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, all of them went down towards the second half of the day. So the question is, how come like that, right? I also question mark. But again, when this something happened, we all know that something is not right. So it's always a good checklist to remind yourself to be just careful. And of course, we saw the European did not follow too. Deutsche, FTSE, Italy, European CAC, all of them basically towards the last half an hour or so pull back. They also pull back. So that also tell you that, right, somebody have been bumped and probably do some dumping along the way. Now, if this is going to repeat one more time, two more times, traders, you really must be very, very careful. That's why I keep on warning traders is that you must be very careful when everybody's on one side of the ship or one side of the bench or one side of the market. Be very careful because things can go drastic wrong. Okay. So last night, Dow Jones, you can see, was so flat towards for the first 6 hours, 7 hours, very flat all the way until the last hour, as usual, or last half an hour to be precise. It went up by 100 over points. Okay, so obviously it's outright manipulation. In my opinion, it's outright manipulation. Unless it's like coordinated, everybody just had to buy, which is like, I don't think it happened. So the way it go up is so smooth, so powerful. So my point is very clear lah. Someone is there doing something in the market to make the chart looks good. So let's look at the reason. Dow Jones notches another record high, rising 170 points on reopening optimism. So what is happening now? The Dow is up by 7 days in a row. Wow, 7 days in a row now. Okay, it's the longest winning streak since August. And the NASDAQ also tried to recover back to 13,450. So basically, you can see the stock traded water for most of the day until the last few minutes. And of course, the boys will not tell you why they are buying it. They will always tell you that, yeah, it went up just so. All right, so but basically, it's all right. It's a small cap that run up. You can see that Russell 2000 closed a new record high. So we know that the bond yields are still is a primary risk, but the market doesn't really care anymore. The market says that, right, well, let's take a look what Federal Reserve say, and most likely they will say nothing, right? So that's why the market is buying in anticipation that Jerome Powell will give a very good statement, and then the market will rally again. So that is what the market is trying to make sure everybody believe. Okay, because of that itself, right, now you can see on the news side, everything looks good. It says that now the all-time movement and airlines are going up, vaccinations ongoing. So nothing is going to stop this bull. Nothing is going to stop this bull. That is the reason why everybody says that this is a great time to buy into the stock market. So let's do a short recap for yesterday market, pretty short one because there's nothing much to say. Okay, opening price is here. Okay, and the KSI was red in color, as you can see. So when the market opens, jolly well, if it goes up, it will go towards the pivot 1. But because the KSI is red, if it comes down, I told you before, it will go towards the pivot 2, which really happened. The Dow really came down to pivot 2 level. So if you follow the system, and remember what I tell you, when the market KSI is red in color, and if the market opening price is near P2, very high chance the market will go down to P2. And indeed, it really happened. And of course, somebody make money, right? Happy for you, all right? Now, there's something very important I need to tell you, my friends. Look at it. The market has been up for 4 days in a row, but the KSI is red in color. This is not a good sign. Now, history has proven any time, any day, I don't know when would that be, but if any day the market bridges the low of the previous day. So like today, if the Dow Jones bridges the low of yesterday, then the market, there'll be some selling force because the KSI is red in color. Okay, I'll tell you more later when we do the live market. Okay, so there's something to inform you to watch out for in the market. All right. Okay, and you can see the recap of yesterday. The market is totally, very sideways. And then obviously when it came down, it went down to KTR -1 and pivot 2, right? But because KT1 -1 and pivot 2 were there, it's a stack here. But the stack here itself, right, that means that if the market tend to reverse course, meaning like this, you see that the market do a CCRY after triggering the both pivot 1 and pivot 2 and KTR, it found a base, and that's why the market actually went higher. All right, actually went higher. So of course, this movement you can see very clearly, it was a pump in just 15 minutes. So obviously, it's a bit of what we consider as a manipulation. All right, but why do they do that? Well, there's a lot of reason to do such things because of rollover, because of margin calls or whatever. There's always many reasons for that. Okay. So let's look at the market right now, okay, live market right now to see what can we see for today's market, okay, the technical part. Right, guys, you can see that the MA30 is still much higher. This is the Dow Jones right now. The MA30 is 31,858. So we are very far away. It's like 1,000 over points, so no need to really worry. But I will tell you one thing, that's the deviation between the MA30 and the MA200 is getting so wide. If I'm not wrong, this could be one of the wider one. Because let me just bring you into history. I just remind you again as a friend, okay? You see that the last time when the thing got so far away, whereby the MA30 and the MA200 got too far away, you can see after that, the market did pull back, okay? The market did actually pull back quite a bit. So now, are we seeing the same thing? Yes, indeed. We are also seeing the same thing now. The difference between them is quite far apart, right? And what that means that, right, the market will pull back towards the MA30 first. And if it does that, what it means that you pull back towards MA200. But all this is all possible. Now, the RSI itself, in terms of reading, we are now almost at all the common high level. And that is whereby, again, for today, if you are jumping into the market, right, I will give you my personal warning to be just a bit more careful, okay, for today. That's all, okay? All right, for daily chart itself, right, well, we have a new all-time high. So the new all-time high, this indicator of mine, you can do that, okay, done by a student. So all-time high yesterday was 32,985. So which means that the 5% now has upgraded to 31,333. Okay, now interestingly, when I see this high, right, if you look at it, okay, if this is going to be the all-time high, and if this is going to be the 5% marker, you'll notice that the trend line that I have and the 5% marker, right, seem to coincide each other. So that's why on a on a personal level, I think that, right, I can actually consider taking a short punt right here, because number one, the RSI is in the high level. Number two, all right, if I'm wrong, I only need to be down by 60, 70 points. But if I'm right, I got about 5% to take. Now, I know that I said this before. Some of you may not buy this story again, but again, I repeat to you guys, a lot of things in life, you just have to take some risk. And if this risk is calculated, why not then? So this is my point here itself. And interestingly, when you look at it, the next 5% itself, right, the 10% marker, you notice that the market low, which is here, right, was basically a very strong instrumental support. That means that, right, you can look at it, this is a very strong support. So any technical analysis trader will also take this point, 29,684 as a strong support level, right? So you see the number that we use is using mathematics, and we use the high of the Dow to do the maths. But if you look back and you put it into a support level, you realize that it is actually a support level. So do you think that the market is actually manipulated from day one? So you think that the market, why it surged to the high and stop there and pull back, right? Do you think it's actually manipulated so that they can construct this? So end of the day, I will have this screenshot right now. I'll tell myself if if the market ever come down, all this particular point, I'll be watching very closely. So I'm gonna use the numbers right again. This is 31,333. So sometimes when I see such levels and such craziness in the chart, right, I can tell you that you have to just pay some attention. All right, if it happens, good, there's money to make. If it doesn't happen, if you lose 70 points on the market, come on, man. I think we have lost 70 points before too, so it can't be that bad, right? Okay, so this chart is very important. Screenshot this if you have to do that, okay? Okay, all right, I give you a few more seconds to do that. Okay, all right. Okay, so that is the Dow longitude chart with the weekly. Now this is the weekly chart, the same thing here. We can see that this is the megaphone trend line. And as long as the main trend line don't get broken, there's no concern for us. And that's the reason why I also have no concern at the moment now, just that the divergence is getting wider and wider. And of course, if you look carefully from this point here, if you look at it now, this is what I'm drawing you live right now. You can see that. Let me draw this properly again. This is the divergence of the technical analysis from 2017. So if you look at it, if I do it carefully and properly, we are almost there itself. So in short, there is a strong divergence at the moment, but of course, divergence is only a technical thing. Will that really happen? That is between you and yourself to decide, okay? Now, there's something that I want to share this with you. I may change again, but I think should be correct this time around. Now, what I did was very simple. Is that I told you guys, what I did was I take the highest level and the next highest level. For some reason, I realized that the difference between them itself is about 176 days. Okay, the final figure that I said to use is 176. Okay, I know that I said this before and I'm pretty wishy-washy in the exact figure, but yesterday I said to think deeper a little bit. So this is about 176 days. Okay, there is no reason why I use 176 days, just that this number just come to my mind, okay? So what I did was, I believe that market go in cycle, but this cycle doesn't mean that you have to tell you the market will go up or go down. It's just like a pivotal point to watch out for. So which means that 176 will be a very interesting level to watch out. So later on during the Super Tuesday, session at 2 p.m. I repeat, Super Tuesday, 2 p.m. I will show you how to technically use this 176. This is going to be interesting. Of course, end of the day, some people say that, come on, it's just a pattern, but let's try it out. So later on at 2 p.m. Singapore time, Super Tuesday, watch out for this 176 chart, okay? I call it as 176 chart. I'll tell you how can we utilize this, okay? It's going to be a super cool Super Tuesday, all right? If you guys like what I just say about 176 itself, right? Okay, please give me just key 176 right now so that you guys, you're going to attend the Super Tuesday later and learn about this 176 rule. Okay, right. Tell me, are you going to be there to watch out for this 176? Your key 176 right now into that. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be mind-blowing in a way. All right, so if you like this, you're going to be coming on board later on to learn about this 176. All right, let me know, okay, by keying 176, and I'll see you at 2 p.m. sharp. Okay, 2 p.m. sharp. Okay, thank you. All right, so that is the Dow chart. So let's look at the Dow for today, shall we? Wow, okay, today's Dow. Now, today's Dow, you can see right now, the Dow Jones opening price. There's a few things to watch out for the Dow. Okay, 3 things. Let me explain this to you, what are the things to watch out for. Now, number 1 is that today's opening price, you realize something interesting. The opening price of today, this morning, the high and the current opening is exactly the same. the opening and the high is basically the same right now. Okay, this is actually a very eerie thing, because whenever I see something like this, that means there's some robots in the market. But of course, now the market is just only 15 points away. Who knows, you can just bridge it easily. So we'll just take a look. Okay, now if later on, if the Dow Jones go up, then naturally we are still going to see the Dow Jones going for maybe 33,000 instead. But because the opening price today is very near the pivot one, and also the KSI is red in color, I cannot deny this. I'll tell you that if the Dow stay below opening price, most likely the Dow will go and tackle down the pivot 2. Pivot 2 is 32,873, and today's low is about 32,897 now. So high chance that the Dow may be going towards the pivot 2 level, high chance. But of course, again, that is again based on the momentum. But I believe that this is going to be happening. Okay, so let's see whether or not later on when the market open, we'll see that. Okay, that is the Dow Jones. And the NASDAQ, well, NASDAQ you can see is consolidating over this period of time. And of course, the MLP will be here today at 13,025. This one, okay, take this away. Trend line, I take this away. Here we go. So it seems that the market has really completely lost the uptrend momentum. But of course, I'm going to just leave it there a bit more just to be sure that we are going to see the NASDAQ coming down, because in my opinion, the chance of the NASDAQ coming down itself is much higher. But of course, there must be some consolidation first. So only when the consolidation really fail, then of course, if the NASDAQ really comes down, then you had to break the previous low here, because that is where the stops are, right? So if let's say NASDAQ have any sell signal in the market, right, then NASDAQ likely will come down to this point here, and traders can take advantage of this by aiming your profit level here, because that is usually where the stops are. When the stops are there, that is where you can actually consider to aim there as a profit target. Yeah, you always aim at those stops level, because that is where the orders are abundant, the supply are there, then you can actually benefit out of it. I mean, we are traders. At the end of the day, we have to follow what we need to do to make money from the market. And if someone has to lose, then it had to be it then. Okay. So Hang Seng, as we're going to promise you, Hang Seng. All right, now this is the Hang Seng chart, and this is really, really incredible. Oh, sorry, I missed out the NASDAQ MA first, sorry. Now this is the NASDAQ, sorry, I go back to NASDAQ first. This is the NASDAQ MA today. Let me just bring to you. Okay, hold on. Moment, okay, I'm just trying to get my bearings correct. Okay, wait. This is the BMB over here recently. That's why the market went up. Okay. Then also, hold on. Okay, then after that, we have the MA. The MA is here. So today's the NASDAQ has just touched the MA 30 and rebounded. So it seems that this MA 30 is very powerful for today for the NASDAQ. And this figure is about 13,060. So as long as the NASDAQ stays above 13,060, the NASDAQ should be still okay. But if NASDAQ pull back down, right, then of course traders have to watch out for that. Right, in terms of MA 200 is very strong support. You can see that last few times when the market hit the MA 200, it rebounded. So, but then this time around, the MA 200 and MA 30 seemingly try to converge each other. And if we converge, right, then this is either going to give a big upside or big downside thrust down. So traders, you just have to watch out for that. Okay, so traders just have to watch out for that. Okay, so back to the Hang Seng. Now, Hang Seng, as you can see pretty clearly, Hang Seng itself, right, yesterday was brilliant. It touches the MA 30 and came down perfectly, all right, came down perfectly. So today, the MA 30 will still be the main limelight. It will be the main thing. So Hang Seng later on, when it trades nearer to 29,119 level, watch out for the MA 30, okay? If the market hits there and pull back, then there'll be some selling. If the market can cross above 29,119, then of course the Hang Seng will go higher. Now, my personal take is likely this will happen, the downside. To me, the downside will likely happen itself, okay? So that is my take on the Hang Seng. And of course, we look at the DAX market. DAX yesterday, I already told you using the long trend line that I had from some time ago. I told you guys, I used the trend line from 2017, then I extended to 2017N, then I extrapolated all the way, extended all the way. You realize that that hits the high point of the DAX market. So would that cause some form of resistance? Well, it seems to be happening right now. You can see that the market failed to go above it, and there's some pullback now at the moment. Of course, the market is still trying to stay above the 14,400 level. But if the DAX do go below that, then there'll be some selling, and then definitely the MA30 will be the one being called in. Okay, so that will be the DAX support level. But overall, it seems to be still pretty positive. Okay. All right, so that is the DAX right now. So that's how we have done most of the stuff. Okay, Hang Seng is done. We wait for the market to open at 9:15 to look into the Hang Seng. Okay, so we have done the Dow Jones. Let's look at the gold market right now. For gold, you can see yesterday it tried to go back to 1732. Then after that, there was suddenly a sudden sell down where gold plunged from 1732 all the way to 1722. $10 drop in just an hour. But after that, towards the second half of the day, they go recover most of the losses. All right, before closing about 1727 level, but that is for the futures market. And of course, at the moment now, they are saying that Yellen defies inflation fears, and that is the reason why the upside on gold is limited, because they are expecting the dollar to be stronger, and the dollar stronger, then obviously gold will have some resistance. Okay, so that's what happened. So in chart form itself, let's take a look at chart form. In the chart form, you can see that the opening price yesterday was above OP and above pivot 1, right? And I say before many times, when the market is above OP and above pivot 1, you just have to stick to the buy. But of course, the KSI was red, so you just have to be very careful. When you see profit, you take profit. But still above OP, above pivot 1, CCRY, you just have to go into buy. That is the primary thing that you should do for yesterday. Right, if you had done that for yesterday, congratulations, because you have made some money, right? Because yesterday I saw some of you guys making money from the gold. So as long as the market stays above OP, look for buy. So let me see, there's one pie here, the price goes up. Then there was a buy here, and unfortunately stop out. Another buy here, the price goes up. And another buy here, the price goes up. So as long as the market stays above OP and above pivot 1, you just have to look for buying. As long as you see CCRY above OP, above pivot 1, you just look for buying. And if you have done that, then you would have profited most of the did yesterday. So that's why above OP and above pivot 1 is always a good deal. But because the KSI is red in color, then at KTR +1, that's where you can consider to take some profit. That's how you actually utilize the day chart to do your forecast on the intraday chart. Okay, got it? All right. So with that, excuse me. All right, let's look at the gold market right now for gold. Okay, so gold is still surging a little bit higher. MLP for gold today is about 1729, which the market have hit that. Okay, have hit that. Okay, the Dow has went up higher a little bit. Let me bring you down right now. Oops, sorry. Hey, where is it? Okay, the Dow has broke the high just now, a new high. So the same high is no longer valid. Okay, so the Dow is now at the above the OP right now. So if above OP for traders, you want to go long in the market, you can consider doing that. Okay. So for the gold market now, it's getting very close to the MA30, getting closer and closer to the MA30. The MA30 for today is about 1746 level. We are about $14 away. So if gold do go up, I suspect that there will be some form of resistance at about 1746, because the last time we see gold, it misses the MA30 and then after that pulls back down. So you can see that gold is trying to go up towards the MA30. So if we also do that, maybe we hit 1740 or 1742 level and it failed to cross the MA30, then maybe gold will come back down again. But of course, if the gold can go past 1746, which is the MA30, we have seen the previous example, the market did try to go above it, but when it failed, it come back down again. So basically, in short itself, right, for gold to go up, right, it faces a lot of resistance. It faces a lot of resistance, and the probability of gold going higher, right, become a bit hard. Okay, so that is gold for you. So traders, you can just watch out for gold closely. Myself, I am watching the gold very, very closely. Okay. Now, for the gold weekly chart itself, you can see that the 1689 support is really strong over there. So as long gold cannot break below, you are safe for the gold buyers who bought from the bottom. Okay. All right. Now, something that I want to share with you. You can see that this is where the gold longitude chart. I realized that I draw this. I forgot about this. You can see that I took the low, and the low I extended down, and then incredibly, right, a few days ago when the gold came down, right, it really hits my technical point and ran up. Now, at the time when I connected this point wasn't there. So yesterday I was just going through my charts. I realized that, my God, the market really followed it to the T. So logically speaking, if gold is to go up, well, it should go up because that is what happened previously, right? But of course, if the next time, if gold do come down for whatever reason, then it may be going down here again and go up. So maybe we can see really the gold going towards the 1659 figure. So this is something that I want you guys to consider lah. 1659, it could be a level to watch out for gold. 1659. Okay, that one, the 20% mark level. Remember that? Yeah, indeed. Okay, 1659. Okay, the Hang Seng is going to open up very, very soon. I'm just going to quick one on silver. Now, silver has tried to stay up yesterday. Silver also recover. After it hit the MA 200, it rebounded strongly, and now it's testing the resistance of the trend line that I draw. Just to show you the trend line, how I draw it. I draw it from this point here in May. I extended the trend line, and then now we are seeing that the silver market is trying to hold itself, try to bridge into the technical point. The MA30 is $26.47. It's still around there. Okay, now Hang Seng is going to open up very soon. I'm going to go into Hang Seng right now. Hang Seng, Hang Seng. Okay, Hang Seng, where's Hang Seng chart? Okay, Dow Jones is trading above OP, so found strength again on the upside. Hang Seng is going to open in just a few more moments, in about 33 seconds time. So traders, watch out for the Hang Seng. Hang Seng likely will be gap up, right? I think it will gap up. So after it gap up, let's see what happens. But the KSI is red in color. So which means that if it gap up, right, if it doesn't go up significantly, or there's no technique for call for buy, or there's some, it touches something and pull back, all these are the thing to watch out for on the Hang Seng. Okay, Hang Seng is about now. Hang Seng has gone open up. Oh, Hang Seng gap up quite a huge one. Hang Seng gap up, the Hang Seng gap up by almost 300 points. Okay, gap up by 300 points. So that is pretty big gap. Not too sure what have happened. Maybe there's some news which I miss out. But Hang Seng now is opening price is still below pivot 2. It's still below pivot 2. So traders, take note of that. It's still below pivot 2. So below pivot 2 itself, right, with the KSI rate, likely is chance that if the market open and goes straight down, there will be some selling initially. There will be some selling initially for the Hang Seng. Okay, so traders, just watch out for that. Okay, Hang Seng traders, just watch out for that. Okay, so this is something to watch out for the Hang Seng traders. If Hang Seng comes down, it is kindly expected over there. Okay, so traders, just look out for that itself. Okay, Hang Seng has turned red on the day chart, but of course it's too early to call. So I do suspect that Hang Seng will do some profit taking. Okay, so traders, watch out for that. Okay. All right, so that is the Hang Seng, and I do my thing, and then let me show you. Oh, sorry, I show you the DAX market, right? I told you before. Wait a minute. All right, so yeah, show you DAX already. Sorry. All right, so with that for Hang Seng, I've done on the Hang Seng part itself. Okay, just give me a short moment. Just give me a moment. Okay, the Dow Jones is trading a bit higher right now. Let me just bring the Dow back to you guys. Okay, oh, now where are you, Dow? Right, sorry. Okay, the Dow is still moving up higher now. The Dow is still moving higher. Okay, so let's just look at the Dow later part. But you can see right now, just show the 15-minute chart. See, it went above the opening price. Most likely going to test the high again. Okay, so traders, you can stand by for this. Okay. All right, so I finish up to do the Bitcoin first. Bitcoin yesterday for us, we have 5 trades available. First trade lost money. Second, third made money. One tick is $300 profit. 3 ticks is $800 profit. The fourth trade was a loss. The fifth trade make back the money again. So overall, it's all right. We are pretty confident in our Bitcoin trading, even though yesterday Bitcoin came down by $3,000 from the high. But as long as you follow the rule of engagement, you should be able to make some money out of it. All right. So let's look at the Bitcoin as a whole right now for today. Now, Bitcoin has just came off another $2,000 because today the Bitcoin opening price is below pivot 2. So that is the reason why there's some selling in Bitcoin. And of course, you can see right now, but still at the moment, there's no blue bar at the bottom, but not too sure what is happening. But remember, if follow rules of engagement, below P2 is always a sell. That's why it's more towards the downside. There is a circuit breaker level to watch out for Bitcoin traders. The circuit breaker is at 52,513. So I believe that the market for Bitcoin will be coming down to around this area for buying. All right. So if traders, if the market can hold 52,513, Bitcoin may stabilize there. But if Bitcoin go below it itself, right, there's a few KCB level to watch out for. Those KCB level will be a good level for you guys to take note for if you feel like buying from the bottom. Okay, but remember this, I said before, Bitcoin itself at this level at 61 to 62,000 is a bit high. It's good to take some profit off the table and wait for it. If not, you just do intraday trading. Okay, if you're doing the buy and keep, then of course this is not the best time now. You don't want to catch a falling knife, but you're looking to do intraday trading. You can wait for the Bitcoin to come down first and the color change. Then you can try to capture the market from the bottom. Okay, so now still not the time to enter yet. So wait for a while. Okay, guys. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Now I'm going to go into the special sharing segment. Of course, some people may not like it, which is a bit more towards the bearish side of the market. So if you, I'm done with today's MAO. Yeah, pretty fast today, right? Because we start at 8:30, so you can finish on time. So guys, if you are not comfortable to stay on, you can exit right now. No worries on that. Okay. If you want to stay on, just give me 10 seconds and get some water first. Okay, ready? Okay, let's go then. Okay, now the 10-year yields and the NASDAQ. All right, this is something quite dangerous. Apparently, it's an article that's going on right now. What this article is trying to say is that, right, the NASDAQ could fall as much as by 20% if the bond yields goes up much higher. So if this is going to go much higher itself, right, you can see that based on the rising ratio of the bond market and the NASDAQ forward earnings ratio, and also based on the stock valuation. Now, this is actually a NASDAQ valuation since 1986 all the way to today. So now we can see that it doesn't seem to be a good time. And of course, this guy is saying that if the 10-year yields rose to 2%, rise to 2%, then the long-term BAA rated bonds will be 4.5, and that will lead the NASDAQ down by at least 20% further. So that is whereby traders, you must understand this, that the yield is not going to help the NASDAQ. And of course, this particular person, Kalish, said that his model have perfectly predicted 1987 and year 2000 sell-off. So if you believe that itself, right, and I also believe in that, if the yields continue to go higher, which I think it will, then of course NASDAQ will definitely be hit in the market. So that's why the federal next interest rate hike, right, is going to be a very detrimental one. And a lot of people may be caught on the wrong side, especially like now everybody is buying into using a Stimmy check to buy shares. And I'm quite sure to buy the technology share because technology shares are the one that's being battered down recently. And that is my real concern for that, because if people now jump in, they forsake their living expenses and their livelihood and buy shares, and obviously the Wall Street is ready for them, then there's a problem. So the last slide for today is the swap market actually is implying that the current federal rate is moving up, and apparently it is getting higher to a possible one rate hike. And this is just so nearby. It's so nearby. So the thing is this, okay, the market or Federal Reserve can deny this, but the open market is seeing it very clearly. And usually the open market won't be wrong with this. And if they really see that happening, then if you're pricing in and the market is seeing that there will be interest rate hike, do note whenever there's an interest rate hike, the first one, you're followed by the second one and the third one. And usually the impact is coming from the second one to the third one. But of course, the peak will come near the first one. So that's the reason why I'm saying that traders, you just need to be very careful, because this is not only I say so or here say so or because of trend line, it's because of the market is actually pricing in a way. And this is from the Fed funds rates, and this one is really done by the boys itself, and they don't really manipulate this because it's not meant to be manipulated. It's a very open thing to let people know. So traders, you just have to be very careful. Yeah, giving you the point. And of course, this is the QQQ in terms of the net put value traded. You can see the net put traded has again increased tremendously. And every time when the net put goes increment, the market will go into a bit of selling. So at the moment now it's all right. We do see the NASDAQ coming off, but recently it went up again because maybe it's too low. People buy up, right? But you must be very careful. If the market doesn't go much higher, the thing will drop down again. So traders, this is my personal view for you. You can just take all this a pinch of salt, but just remember this, the NASDAQ and the 10-year yield is very linked to each other. If the yields goes up again, the NASDAQ will fall, okay? The NASDAQ will fall. All right, that will be all for today's MAO. I hope you like my sharing. I hope that I didn't scare you off, but you should know that all this information are very important information I want to share with you. And later on, remember at 2 p.m., we will have our special sharing segment. Okay, our special sharing segment. I'll tell you about this 176 chart itself. Okay. All right, guys. I will see you guys for today. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed today's MAO. All right, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.